I'm here at beautiful, I don't know where, beats the hell out of me. But my guest tonight is a New York Daily News columnist and CNN contributor. Her new show, S.E. Cupp Unfiltered, premieres July 17th on HLN. Please welcome S.E. Cupp. S.E. There you go. Now, you're a Republican, and Jeb Bush and Marco Rubio both criticized me this week. Should more Republicans be standing up to me, or should they shut up?
I'd love it if more Republicans and conservatives took a stand against the things they believed in not less than, 200 days ago. It's been pretty disappointing to see how the party has unified, not around their principles, but around having an R in the White House.
Isn't that wonderful? No, my name's T. It's T, not R.
My mistake.
Well, do you think it's because they care about maintaining control in a party system that's so partisan that it actually counteracts the ability for people to govern?
I think they're certainly interested in keeping control and keeping a majority. The problem is, what have they really been able to do with this majority? Not a whole lot. You'd think that having nearly every lever of power in Washington, you'd be able to get, health care passed. You've only had 7 years to work on it.
Oh, we totally did it. We did it. Didn't you see? I went in the Rose Garden and I said my catchphrase, which I normally only say on the television show. I'm the president, can you believe it? You wrote an article called Our Endless Stream of Scandal. And did you watch all of Scandal on Netflix? You just lost your mind?
Yeah.
So how do we parse all the messes that I'm involved in?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot, and there's a lot of legitimate controversies and scandals that we as a press and we as a public and we as a legislature should be looking at very seriously, and we are. But there's also some distracting non-scandals, like you swatting your wife's hand away on a foreign trip.
I was
not a
waving
story.
I was waving at her, but really low.
Right. I think when media outlets, serious and credible media outlets, create an equivalency between that non-story and real issues that are troubling, it's no wonder why people hate the media and feel like they can't trust us.
Fake news.
Right.
Fake news. Isn't it true that problem that generally people have at a level that's almost underneath their consciousness of the fact that mainstream media at this point is a scandal-to-scandal breaking news collage, has created a problem in which real stories get covered up by exactly what you're saying, this type of scandal, and then I can come in, label it fake news, and rob us of a real dialogue about the responsibilities of the Fourth Estate.
Yeah, the fake news thing is a problem, and as a member of the media, I find that to be really, really unfair. However, if you're a news consumer, it's hard to tell the difference between not news and fake news. And I'm concerned that when media outlets focus on the not news, then the news viewer will have a very difficult time telling the difference.
You're a very likable conservative, and I'm a very unlikable conservative.
Also not a conservative.
Excuse me, I'm so conservative.
I don't think so.
Well, that's really great. Why am I not a conservative?
I don't think you have any undergirding conservative principles.
I've got undergirding, trust me. Trust me. Cinched tight.
Bad word choice. As you've said, you're not married to a political party. This is how you got elected. I think you wore the Republican Party like a rented tuxedo to get elected, and it worked.
Thank you.
It did, and I wish you'd be a little less insecure. You won. Stop, obsessing about how or who didn't vote for you. Enough people liked you to make you president. So just do the job.
Whatever, man. 3 million people voted illegally. And if Hillary hadn't won any of the votes, I would have gotten all of them. You know that.
Right.
That's the way it works.
Right.
I have one last question. What are 3 places where liberals and conservatives can see eye to eye with each other, if not agree, but at least work towards understanding?
Today, like these liberals and conservatives?
Yeah.
Or, oh, geez. It seems like It seems difficult, honestly, because we are so tribal and we are so encamped in our political ideologies, and the idea that we can come together on causes seems almost nostalgic, and that's very disappointing. But I have faith that there are very good people on both sides of the aisle. I know some of them in the House and in the Senate who, if they can emerge out of this morass at some point, will be able to work together on some of those causes that used to unite both of our parties not that long ago.
I have an idea of what's going to unite both parties. My impeachment. SC Cupp, everybody. SC Cupp. SC, stand up. SC, stand up. Stand up.